Today is 620th day that I'm here to show us to learn and I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today will be a little bit different day, and I will share what to learn after reading Holy Bible for 30 days, for 31 days, and I finished Old Testament and New Testament, so 1077 pages in 31 days. So I needed to read 2.5 hours, basically 2 hours a day, to be able to finish it. And I really appreciate my friend, because this is my friend gave me a gift, and I didn't read it for probably half a year, maybe even a year, and after that I decided to read a Bible in a month. And I think that was the right decision, because I learned a lot, and of course I need to be consistent to be able to finish whole Bible in a month. And I will share the biggest takeaways. Now, of course, there's a huge book. There are so many things there are so many notes that I took, because I love taking notes, and of course that's why it took a little bit longer than majority of people who do not take notes. But at the same time, because I took so many notes, I will share just the surface levels, the biggest things that, or the recent things that I learned that really impacted the way how I see Holy Bible and church and faith in general. Because first thing I would love to share that probably could be weird, maybe someone else like me, but I used to feel that I do not deserve to go to church. I never read the Bible. I just listened to a lot of sermons online. I have a lot of friends who are Christians and who are priests, and I learned a lot from them, but I never felt that I deserve to go to church, because I never read the Bible. I don't know exactly all the rules and all the stuff, so I felt very uncomfortable. But now, after reading the Bible, I realized that this is not how it's supposed to be. This is growth. Even in the Bible, it says that in the first you need to drink milk, and after that you're able to eat actual food. So that means that in Christianity, or any religion, in any faith, at the beginning you need to start small, drinking milk, and after that, of course, you're able to immerse yourself in actual food and try to understand and go deeper into the word, that you can understand what is the actual meaning of it. So that means that you'll not say that, oh, I'm a Christian because of this. No, like, you're able to grow into it, and that is very, very essential when you start the journey. Because if you waiting for some certain point to feel that you're ready, you'll never feel ready, because that means that if you give yourself a journey and you move forward step by step, small step, of course you are worthy to be a faithful person. Now, one biggest thing that I could tell right away, that what is the biggest thing that I learned after reading the Bible. The biggest thing is that my prayer became much more full. So in the morning when I do my prayer, it is much more powerful. I'm able to connect, and now I know the story and everything about the story of Jesus and the Old Testament and New Testament, and because of that, I am much more grateful for all the things that happen, and because of that, I'm able to communicate and articulate myself better, and praise, and at the same time say what I need and what I want, and really give a chance to communicate and pray in a better way. Now, when I think about why it's important to read the Bible, now I could say that not even people who are not maybe faithful could read the Bible, because there's so many leadership lessons. Like, there's so many of those, and why it's good to be follower, because I truly believe, like, this is one of the strongest beliefs of mine, is that if you want to be a leader, you need to be a follower. You're not able to be a leader without being a follower. So that means you need to follow somebody. So who do you follow? Because if you do not follow somebody, it might be that if you call yourself a leader, maybe in my sense, you're not a leader. You need to find someone to follow. Now, when I think about leaders that I really admire, so John C. Maxwell, like, in actual people, Admiral Ledge, and all of them have a lot of mentors. For example, John C. Maxwell has at least 10 mentors in a lot of different aspects of his life, in health, in leadership, and in leadership, where he is the strongest person. Everyone knows that leadership is his field. He still have a lot. He mentioned that he had 10 mentors in the field in leadership. So I'm amazed where the best people, the best leaders, always have the most mentors. So where you're at in this, and again, if you have less mentors or guys and you don't have yet who to look up to, the number one person that you can look up to is God, and that is where you're able to find your leaders and surrender and really learn how to follow. Um, Now, I used to think sometimes why some bad people are growing faster, why some bad people are succeeding and good people are not. And it's interesting that what I learned that is that bad plans grow faster than good plans. Bad plans grow faster than good plans because in the Bible it says that um, God is harvesting at the end. So that means people are growing, they're finishing, and He doesn't want to harvest in the middle. That this means that a farmer is growing all the plants. So well, at the beginning, all the plants seems equal. Then plants who doesn't bear fruit grow very fast. Then the plants grows where they have fruits, like potatoes or any kind of vegetables, fruits. And now, like at the end, when there's fruits coming out, then when he harvests then bad plants go to fire and the good plants goes to, of course, the food and for some benefit. So now I realize that if someone is growing fast, then that doesn't mean that they will succeed. At the end of the day, you will be harvested and it will be thrown into fire or thrown in a place that they don't feel happy, because there's so many stories that billionaires, millionaires, and very successful people in a lot of people's lives are struggling. They take away their life, they are in depression, the depressive minds. But people who are really servers and helping other people and live in their faith, or just living a meaningful life, serving God or serving people, it doesn't matter, like serving hard, they are able to live a very, very joyful life. So that is a very, very meaningful lesson that I learned, because at the end of the day, you will figure out how did you live, did you bear good fruits at the end of life. Of course, but you need to do now if you want, if you need to grow now, if you want to grow those good fruits. Now, one of the number one thing is that as well I learned that faith by itself, without action, is dead. Now, a lot of times people can say like, "Oh, I'm Christian," but what do you do to prove that you're Christian? Do you pray? Do you read Bible? Do you do deeds? Like, what do you do? Now, a person could say, "I'm a leader." Like, what do you do to prove that? What kind of deeds do you do to prove that? A person could say like, "Oh, I'm an amazing basketball player." So, what? How do you know? What kind of deeds do you do? "Oh, I'm an amazing father." Like, what do you do exactly to prove that? So that means that every single time when you say something, do you have those deeds and actions to prove what you're saying? Because words is easy. That's why people say like, when you growing older, you stop listening what people saying and start looking what they are doing. Actions speaking louder than words. Now, I really love the saying that in the Bible is what is seen is temporary and what is unseen is eternal. And that's exactly what they do on here. Like when I come in here every single day, I'm improving my communication skills, I'm improving my character and skills, and being able to build my brand, because I know that my brand and my skills and my character will be eternal. While temporary things like even the shirt, the watch, even the flesh of the body, everything will go away. Only the things that the brand and character that you're able to leave behind, and that will stay eternal. So like it's very, very important to bear to focus. What is your main focus? To get temporary things like cars, houses, or some eternal things that is faith and character and some insight that you're not able to see. Now, at the moment in my life, I invest a lot of times into sales, and I got an amazing opportunity now. And I love that in the Bible it says, "I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some." I will repeat one more time. "I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some." I really love that, because basically, when you're in sales as well, and you really want to support people to make the best decision for themselves, you need to become who they need to be to help them to make that right choice. And that is very powerful, because you're not able to lead every single person the same way. You need to ask who I need to be for this person to help that person. Sometimes you need to be encourager. Sometimes you need to be an oak tree. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more pushy and direct. But you need to figure out who you need to be for this person to really make the best choice in their life. Next one that I really love in the Bible as well, that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and the character produces hope. So that means everything starts from suffering. Suffering is a part of life. There's no suffering, there's no hope, because suffering produces perseverance, because perseverance is very important in life. Now, perseverance brings character, because our life is based on character. So how strong is your character? And if you do not have a strong character, then ask why your life is so comfortable. Why your life is so comfortable? Because a comfortable life doesn't build a strong character. So what you could do to bring suffering in your life, you need to choose suffering sometimes. You need to choose. Like even like cold shower is a chosen suffering. So what do you do to bring suffering in your life that you could bring perseverance, character, and at the same time hope? And of course, sometimes you need to choose to get out of your comfort zone and to try something totally new. And the last thing that I wrote as well, and a part of is where I am in this point of life, because I'm building skill, is that if the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. If the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. Now, when I think about sales skill, because that's where I'm working me the most, sometimes you are able to work very hard with dull. That means that you will need to do much more activity. But when you invest a lot of time relentlessly into building the skill necessary, of course, you will be able to succeed. And of course, when you bring activity with the skill, of course, then everything is possible. So there was a lot of things that I learned, and I would love to probably finish with the last thing that I wrote as well. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. I will repeat them one more time. This is Hebrew 11:1. Now, faith is confidence what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Now, faith is one very beautiful word. It could be in religious and not religious, but faith, it allows to pursue things that you're not able to see yet. So you have a hope, and because of that faith, you're able to pursue action. That's why so many times people who have faith achieve much more, because they're able to take action without seeing the results yet. So today was a great day for me to share what I learned, and I think that I will share much more in the future, because as I said, there are so many nuggets that I took, but and I spent 70 hours on reading Bible, and of course I'm not able to share all lessons that I learned in 10-15 minutes. But again, if someone could ask recommendation, should I read Bible or not, I could say 100%. Maybe not as fast as I did, because at the moment I didn't work, so I had 2 hours, at least 2 hours a day, every single day in the last month to read it. And maybe you are able to read maybe 30 minutes a day, and then instead of 30 days will take 4 times more, so that's like 4 months. But reading a Bible in 4 months is more than enough. So maybe even you're able to read 50 minutes a day. That means that it will take you 9 months. But 9 months a day, basically you're able to read the Bible in a year if you just are willing to be consistent. Because most important part is just being consistent every single day, because how you eat an elephant, you bite one bite at a time. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.